It was one of those days in a train trying to escape from all the hustle and bustle. The passengers, as well as the repetitive announcements, made every effort in order to disturb the longing for peace, but eventually I fell asleep. A sort of dream was about to start, which I had already a bunch of times, but this one felt like an extraordinary one right from the beginning. Although the opening actually was kind of weird, a lot of explosions and lights, everything a bit blurry and misty. Then, finally, the fog lifted. I found myself in silence. Only a few birds reminded me that I wasn't deaf. In the sleeping bag, I was waiting for the sun to rise, and as soon as she rose opposite the mountain, it was also time for me to gather my few things and get back on track, enjoying the beautiful day cycling down the mountain. Suddenly, the road split into directions. Should I invest energy to go up to investigate, or should I continue going downhill, possibly realizing later that it was the wrong direction? No. Simply wait until one of the few locals comes by and then ask. And then ask again somebody else, just in case, because sometimes you might get a different answer. And when you're sure, I mean absolutely sure that the course you have laid in is the right one, then you just have fun on the descent. Thanks to the winding road, you get to see the scenery from numerous different perspectives. Every moment you feel safe enough to take your eyes off the road, you just look around and embrace the panoramic view. Besides that, you sooner or later get addicted to the speed and feel like a superstar. Neither the motorbike drivers nor one of the few cars dares to be faster than you. When turning around the corner at breakneck speed, unable to see what or who is coming up next, you keep faith that your brakes, which are getting hotter and hotter, will save your soul. You get high on the downhill and try to ignore the fact that you will soon reach the lowest point on the parabola. Either you hit the ground or reach the bottom of the valley. More and more you regret all the fun you had on the way down, because it will be tough to get up again all the way to the next mountain peak. The very last moment of joy you'll be able to catch is crossing the river. Sometimes it is just a little stream, and sometimes you need to wade through a stronger river. Still in a good mood from the wind blasting in your face just moments ago, you don't want to waste time and start pedaling heavily up the hill. After only a few meters, your cold legs start to complain about your motivations, and then you find out that your front tire has a puncture. While watching a bird in the air flying over the mountains, I'm grounded here pumping air into the tire. Proceeding slowly uphill, it felt like I was the first one to ever try traveling on a bicycle around here. But despite the doubtful looks from others, I wasn't a coward and moved on without hesitation. Even when the monster chased me, I did not escape, but instead used it as a chance to climb up together. The feeling of cheating crossed my mind, but after 1 or 2 kilometers the support ended abruptly anyway when our paths split up. Yet, millions of cobblestones had to be crossed, and I chased the sun until sunset and beyond, guided by the bright moon and countless stars. Rising early, it was the sun now chasing me. Soon enough she would rain from the top and make me suffer much more than the local people who are adapted to the dry weather conditions on the elevated mountains. Everybody in their own way. For me, an outsider, I had to withdraw any thought of setting new speed records. Instead, I took breaks as often and for as long as were needed, and used every chance to sprinkle some water on the salty skin, clean my body, wash the clothes, or simply completely cool down using one of the never-stopping waterfalls along the way before, eventually, I reached the top of one of the mountains, offering a wide choice of paths to choose from for the next day. However, I can feel that this dream will be over soon. one more time to be woken up by the sun, to pack all my things, to leave the unique and safe hiding spot which faith and experience has always led me to. One more time to swim without anyone disturbing and listen to the silence. It is important to mentally prepare for the return to the civilization before you hit the widening road surrounded by more and more horsepower, every kilometer coming closer to your destination. Soon enough you encounter the first traffic jam. Summarizing the intensive journey in a gorgeous sunset, you know that sooner or later every dream has come to an end. It was a dream after all, wasn't it? No, it really did happen? Lucky bastard.